Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Rune News. As always, I am your host, Ryan, and it's bloody good to have you guys in the audience once again. It's December the 6th, which means we're coming to a close of 2023. It's likely the J-Mods will be taking the last few weeks of the year off, which means this is potentially one of the last episodes of Rune News for the year. Maybe the second last episode. I don't know what's going to happen, but this week we have Leagues 4 changes. Are you still playing Leagues 4? Are you still enjoying it? I personally have stopped unless I'm doing hard mode tobs until I can get a scythe. I kind of want to get another 7k points for the Venge scroll, but enough about me. Who gives a shit? It's all about you guys today. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are still enjoying Leagues, what your favorite part about it is, or if you've already gone back to the main game. Which reward do you want the most? Just type whatever random shit you want and make fun of some other dickhead in the comment section, because why not? I enjoy watching people bullying each other online. My name is Ryan, and you're watching Rune News. This week's Oldschool Runescape update is titled More Leagues 4 Changes, which is a pretty boring title, but don't worry, the blog is just as fucking boring. Look at that, complete dog shit, but we're going to go through it anyway because there's some important stuff you're going to need to know about. Number one, there's a video involving Soup talking about nearly 2,000 deaths in the first week of Leagues. Go ahead and watch it if you haven't already. If you don't watch it, I don't really give a shit. It's just there to watch it. I'm sure it's a good video. Normally is when it comes from Soup. We've got the gold and normal prospect outfit parts will be part of completion. There's just a bunch of task updates. I guess if you're having tedious problems, there's like 6 different tasks here, which you might care about if you're point chasing. Next counts towards Gold Wars Dungeon KC task, which I don't know how it didn't originally. The Angler's outfit task has been removed completely. Apparently people are quitting all 3 Draconic shields. Wasn't giving you the task, now it does. Basic shit we don't really care about. Combat achievements, if you're chasing those, it says combat achievements that are region specific are now auto completed. I don't actually know what that means. I don't think I'm going to log into Leagues to find out either, so if it helps you, good shit. Clue hunting, there's a Grand Exchange clue that you were getting even if you didn't have Kandaren. It's now been removed. Good. And Guardians. So Guardians, you can now toggle it on so that it will automatically summon the Guardian when you are in combat. You start attacking something, the Guardian will auto summon, which saves you clicking on the inventory, and then all the people that are like, oh, but I was 2-tick Guardianing while doing 5-0 you're not special anymore because anyone can do it for free. General tweaks, this is a big one actually, the biggest update, which I like. If I go back to Leagues, I'll be doing it. Using Globetrotter's last destination will now correctly account for Dragonstone Jewelry teleports. So it can be used up to level 30 Wilderness. It was so frustrating that you would teleport to Edgeville or Grand Exchange, anywhere Dragonstone Jewelry, and then you back out in the Wilderness and you couldn't last teleport or last destination teleport from level 30 Wildy because I guess the amulet registered as a level 20 Wildy, but the teleport was a level 30 teleport. It was quite frustrating, especially when some tryhards trying to dick you down in the rev caves. You kind of got to get a bit of distance and pull the teleport out real quick. So that's really handy, and honestly one of the biggest changes of this update. Very huge for those with the Wilderness. They've reduced the maximum number of Soulwars points players can use at one time as well, down to 1,000, because people were sending the XP and levels into the negative. I think that was also happening with cooking. Someone had negative cooking XP because they stocked up over 200 mil XP with grapes, like doing Zami wines or normal wines or whatever, and then nuked it, and when you got over 200 mil XP, the engine shits the bed, and you end up with negative XP. So they've reduced that to help stop that problem, hopefully. And then there's just another, just a bunch of shit. I'm sure no one cares about like the Venge sounds, and the Guardian will now stun the Abyssal Sire correctly. I'm out of breath talking about how much garbage this is, so we don't really care. Sea Engineer videos here again. Okay. Quality of life changes for Chambers of Xeric. These are changes that are not coming this update, just things they want to talk about. Things like party creation, so that like if you scale up your raid, you weren't getting like the appropriate amount of mystics depending on the amount of like the scale or the size of your raid that you were trying to scale, which is actually a standard mechanic. They're going to change it so that you'll get an appropriate amount of mystics so you get more points, or the points you're expecting. And just more dumb shit about thieving. Apparently thieving was too strong with some level 95 bug, but basically if you were failing thieving chests at 95 or higher thieving, you were getting 2 grubs as a minimum instead of 1. Doesn't actually make a whole lot of sense. And they're going to fix that bug because it says that's too good for thieving, which is a lie, because thieving is the worst fucking room in Chambers of Xeric, hands fucking down. So maybe that would be a nice update and give more incentive to have a higher thieving level. Who cares at the end of the day? All the clock changes have been a big W regardless of gender. Other changes, no one cares, and LMS is no longer on Osworlds, nor is the Bounty Hunter World. And that appears to be everything for this week's Old School RuneScape update for Rune News. Pretty standard, pretty boring shit. It's all Leagues related, and that's likely what we're going to see until Leagues is over, or at least until the new year. I can't imagine Jagex putting too much more effort into this game wrapping up December, just because what's the point? They're going to have a massive holiday, at least like 2 weeks or a week and a half, so good shit. RuneScape 3 had an update this week. I don't know what the update was, nor do I care. I don't think anyone cares, because RuneScape 3 is fucking dog shit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Grand Exchange update for this week. My name is Wade Green, and this week the biggest rise is the Trailblazer Reloaded Bulwark Ornament Kit. This actually goes for all Trailblazer Reloaded kits from Leagues 4. They are popping the fuck off at the moment because they became available last week. We didn't want to talk about it because we had a little bit of a pyramid scheme going with Jagex and the J-Mods trying to push up the money there. But now this week, now that you've lost out on it if you haven't invested, now is a good time to spend your League points and sell these drops. It says 126k here. Worth a hell of a lot more than that on the Grand Exchange. Make sure you check out the official GE website, not on the Jagex website, the GE tracker. Make sure you get the best bang for your buck on all Trailblazer Reloaded items. One thing you don't want to be doing, however, is spending your League points on Shattered Relics or any other League items and trying to sell them. This is a good time to buy them because they're reasonably cheap. They're probably going to drop even further, maybe wait another week. But don't spend your League points if you're trying to make money on Shattered Relics items. Purely go for the Trailblazer Reloaded because they are the ones people are going to be trying to snatch up. Next, the Scythe is still on the rise here. This is purely because of Copium. A lot of the people in the high-end community believe that the Fang, actually a lot of people in the community in general think that the Fang is going to actually make a difference with the Scythe. What's going to happen is the Fang is going to get a nerf on Stab and it's going to ruin the Fang completely, or it's going to get a nerf on Slash and it's not going to do anything at all. Regardless, it won't change anything with the Scythe. So if you have a Scythe, hold on to it for a little bit longer until the changes are about to be announced, or when they are announced, sell immediately. Because I guarantee this price will drop down to about 500 mil again once the Scythe, rolls out and people realize it doesn't actually matter unless they bring us new Slash content. That is the best way to fix the Scythe. Bring us new Slash content with big 3x3 or bigger enemies with reasonably low to mid defense, maybe with a BGS to make it easier. That's how you make the Scythe better than the Fang and bring it back to reality. And finally, the Mole Slivers have had a bit of a rise and plateau because we are back on the main game, but people are still on League, so we can expect this to hang around for a little bit more. This is not going to drop. If it does, it'll just be a slight dip, and then we're bouncing back up straight to the moon at 30 mil, taking over Primordial Boots. We already take over them at best in slot. Time to take over them as the #1 boot item on the Grand Exchange. My name is Wade Green. I've got a big cock, and I'm a dickhead. Have a good night. Our first Ironman moment for this week goes to Neon Tifa. Now, the screenshot's a little rusty, but this person is actually an Ironman, genuinely. They have 236 normal KC at top and 7 of Vernix, and that is it. 1800, obviously, blood vials as well. Kind of disgusting. I would be offended with this this drop rate, this table. This is the normal game, not Leagues, by the way. 236 KC, 7 purples, all of Vernix. I feel bad for you, man. That is fucking rough. Now, I know during last week's Rune News, I said I'm not going to put Leagues 4 moments inside the Rune News Ironman moments because it's Leagues 4, it doesn't count. But we got Marianne here. We got Tommy Hertz getting a BCP, which you can barely see because her screenshots are dog shit. It was either this or someone that's posted... He posted 2 pictures of him doing Corrupted Gauntlet. One him killing the Hunlift and one him standing outside the room with 22 KC. I don't know what the fuck... There was no context. There's 2 question mark reactions to it. Why the fuck would I put that in this video? I don't even know who it is. It's just a B next to his name. So I figured I may as well put, Marianne's BCP picture that's poorly done behind us, because that makes a lot more sense than whatever the fuck that Hunlift picture is. And our final moment goes to not an Ironman, a main account, but Martin69 on his first ever fire cape. 1 Jag KC. This is his first ever cape he's done. 1 hour 25 minutes, and the man did it denying the healers, which I believe is no Jad not getting healed by any of his healers. So, and a near miss, so he tanked a Jad hit as well. So this man is a unit. First fire cape, and he fucking smashed 2 pretty decent tasks, Master and Elite. What a fucking weapon. So shout out to Martin69. Thank you for wrapping up Rune News this week with a positive moment. My name is Ryan, BTC's Real Trades, and did a bit of a scare to me, which is why he's avoided the wilderness in Leagues 4. Have a good night, everyone. Nice cock. This is the easiest move in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy. It's huge.